This is one of a series of short videos demonstrating the changes in the latest version of Health One. The changes we're referring to are in the drug module. The first and probably the most important change we made to this repeats window here is that you can now sort the prescription list by any of these columns by just clicking on the header. If you notice here, you have this order, which is the same order as they were input into the patient file. And this here, over here in this view, is a list of all the drugs in the basic medical information in the same order. If I click here, I'm now ordering these drugs from A to Z. If I click again, I'm ordering them from Z to A. And if I click again, I'm removing the sort order altogether and they go back to the original. As you know, in your current version of Health One, you can move a drug from one place to another by right-clicking on the drug in the repeats and move selected drug down or shift control down or up if you wanted to go up. But let's move Lipitor down below tritase. So this is the way you have been moving your drugs around if you wanted them to be in a different order. Let's move this back up. The only problem with this is that it's quite tedious. Now we can simply order them by clicking on this for A to Z or any other field we like. As you can probably see, there are several other new features in this version which I'll go into later. One is there is a review function here which allows you to say that you have reviewed this patient's repeat medication. And there is a link to pathology here where you can associate a drug to any disease you like. I'll be dealing with that in another video. But to get back to my sort order, I have now sorted these from A to Z. The most important thing to remember now is that to save this into your basic medical, you have to click on this button. Otherwise, the list will revert to its original form, which is this. If you click on this button, you're saving that list into the basic medical. Saved successfully. So now if I get out of this and I refresh this, I get a new list here. So if I look at my repeats again now, my repeats are, I've changed the basic medical by clicking on this button. Likewise, if you have it linked to a pathology, you could of course save it according to the disease name, which might be very useful. The only thing to remember all the time is when you've done it, if you want to keep it for the next time, is to save the repeat order like so. The next thing I want to show you is that we have a new column here, which was requested by users to do with first prescribed. So you have already the last prescribed, and this is when this drug was first ever prescribed. They were all prescribed on the 5th of the 12th, 2005. That's just a column that you can view. The next thing I want to show you is that you have got a review button. So if I click on the review button here, it will change to reviewed on this date by the doctor as well, Dr. Rory Driscoll. If I leave that, you will see that I got a new item in Health One saying medication review on this date by the doctor who did the review. This is particularly useful when you're prescribing for nursing home patients. I'm going to give this patient a new drug. Let's put him on metformin. 500 milligrams twice a day. And I'm going to link it to a pathology here. This is how you would link it. One of the ways you would link this to a pathology or to a disease. Let's say diabetes space and a open brackets to reduce my list here to diabetes type 2 and click OK. And it goes in here. As you can see, as I say, there is no sort at this moment. So if I resort them, they will go in according to their A to Z or pathology, diabetes drugs together, hypertension drugs together, and ischemic heart drugs together. In the next video, I shall deal with the link to pathology in more detail. But that's the end of this video. Thank you.